Gently coming back to my body and my mind. I enjoy my in-breath and my out-breath. It is so wonderful to return to myself, to be with myself, and to feel myself. It's always wonderful to return to ourselves, regardless of whatever happened outside, politically, economically, socially. It's always wonderful to return to ourselves and feel ourselves. Today is the 1st of January 2022, and in Chinese New Year, in Sino-Vietnamese, it's called Nguyên Đán. This is solar calendar Nguyên Đán. Nguyên means the source. It's wonderful to return to the source, to return to myself. This is my in-breath. I enjoy my in-breath. This is my out-breath, and I enjoy my out-breath. It is so wonderful to breathe in deeply. It is so wonderful to breathe out deeply. It is so wonderful to feel my whole body with my in-breath. It is so wonderful to feel my whole body with my out-breath. It is so wonderful to feel the vibration of energy in my whole body and to be there deeply for myself. Feeling the vibration of energy in my whole body and feeling so much love for myself. Allowing the vibration of energy in my body to vibrate the way it wants to be. Feeling the vibration of energy in my body and feeling elated, joyful, free. Allowing every borus of my body to open up, allowing all of the energy channel in my whole body to be opened up. Enjoying breathing in deeply, enjoying the opening of energy in my whole body. Feeling so much love for myself, allowing all of the blockage of energy in my body to be released. Breathing in and out freely, feeling so good. Our body is a miracle. It has the capacity to heal itself when we allow the energy in our whole body to be free up, to be released. Enjoying the opening up of energy in my whole body. Feeling very free. Every pores on my skin is opening up. Every energy channel in my whole body is opening up. I can breathe in so free. I can breathe out so free. And I can feel the energy of life, the energy of love flowing throughout my whole body. This flow of living energy is always available to us within ourselves. This flow of loving energy is always available to us within ourselves. This flow of living energy is always free. We are always free, regardless of what happened in our life, politically, economically, difficulty in the pandemic. This flow of living energy is always available. No one can take this flow of living energy away from us. We are always a free man, a free woman, a free human being. This flow of loving energy within us is always available to us, free from all external circumstances, politically, economically, or even in a pandemic. Feeling so good to breathe in, feeling so good to breathe out. Feeling free, feeling completely free from all of the burden, all of the tension. I can feel this flowing of living energy throughout my whole body. I can feel this loving energy flowing throughout my whole body, healing all of the pain, the sorrow, the wounded within myself. The Buddha, in his search for enlightenment, discovered a free person within him, all the way free. This state of freedom within him, he named it Nirvana. It is so peaceful. It is a state of complete freedom. Liberated from all of our view, our notion, our idea about everything. We are not limited by our idea, by our notion, by our conception. We are completely free from them. We can be born in a very blessing country. We can be born in a difficult country. We can be born anywhere on the earth. But this location does not limit our freedom. We can be a free human wherever we are when we know how to return to ourselves, feeling the flow of loving energy within us and feeling the flow of loving energy within us. Life is always beautiful. Every moment is a wonderful manifestation of the loving energy of the universe. Life is always beautiful It is a manifestation of living energy in the whole universe. To celebrate the first day of the year is to celebrate this living energy, this loving energy, returning to the source of this loving energy, living energy, thus begin a new year. Feeling so much love for myself and feeling so much love for everyone surrounding me. Feeling so much love for myself and feeling so much love for everyone in this world, all human beings in this world. Feeling so much love for myself and feeling so much love for all living beings in this entire cosmos. The plants, the animal, the minerals. My heart is always free. My love is always free. There's no limit to my love. My love can expand to the whole universe. This energy of love is always available in our heart. This energy of love in Buddhism, we call him or her the Bodhisattva Maitreya, the Buddha to be born. And on the first day of the year, we celebrate his presence, the presence of Mr. Love, Maitreya Buddha. Mrs. Love, Miss Love, Happy birthday to the Bodhisattva Maitreya. Happy birthday to the Buddha Maitreya. Happy a great new year to everyone. In Hong Kong, in Germany, in France, in America, in Australia, in Ireland, England, Italy, China, Thailand, Vietnam, South Africa, Mexico, Latin America, North America, Canada, Russia, India, Saudi Arabia, the whole Africa, all the country along the Mediterranean, Israel, Palestine, all of the people in the North Atlantic, in the North Pole, in the South Pole, in the 4 oceans, 5 oceans, the whole earth, the whole cosmos. Happy New Year to all living beings. This meditation is wonderful. We can continue to do it at home every day to be in touch with the freedom within ourselves, to be in touch with the deep love within ourselves. For now, we gently end our meditation. Feeling my whole body, I breathe in. Relaxing my whole body, I breathe out. Letting go all of the idea, all of the notion, all of the concept. Simply come back to my in breath, I breathe in. Coming back to my out breath, I breathe out. In, out. Please, we can massage our body, our hand, our feet for a moment. Có Nguyên Thi đây không? Bình thủy này là của Nguyên Thi cúng dường cho sanh. Chiếu Nghiêm lấy giùm cho sư cô. Xong Nghiêm cái áo lạnh. Nguyên Diệu lấy giùm cho sư cô, xong Nghiêm cái áo lạnh. Enjoy your tea. We should have tea meditation on the first day of the year. Enjoy your tea. Yeah. Xem đi, cỏ này cũng được xem.
Sarah is there. Sarah is there. Thank you.
Dạ. Dạ. Con có gửi cái link. Cứ mỗi 15 phút sư cô cho cái sư cô có đồng hồ. Vấn đề này nó không có keo, nó chỉ sư cô coi giờ cho nó dễ thôi. So dear respected thầy, dear respected brother and sister, we will listen to re-sound the bell before we begin our sharing today. Dear respected Thầy, dear respected brother and sister in Hong Kong, and some other place, I don't know. And dear respected brother and sister here in Germany.恭喜發財.恭喜發財. I don't know whether I pronounce correctly.恭喜,恭喜. Today we have the time with the Hong Kong Sangha, and I allow myself the permission to invite the German Sangha to be here also. We are in the middle of the retreat. We have a end of the year retreat. We call it a Celebrating Life Retreat. And for this retreat, we have about 87 adults and about 20 or so teenager and children. Supposedly we will have more than 140 adult, children and teenager, but the last minute Holland locked down. So a number of friends from Holland cannot come. So that's why we have only about 120 friends who can come. And the retreat begins on the 27th and will end tomorrow. And I said that it's optional this morning. We have a lazy morning. Luckily, we have this lazy morning here in Germany for the retreat. So that's why I can be with the Hong Kong Sangha. And it's a lazy morning, but anyone who enjoy to come for the sharing, then they are welcome. And so there are a number of friends in the retreat who are here with us. And to be with us today, we have Sister Song Nghiêm. Sister Song Nghiêm, cameraman, mẹ xem xoay sư cô Song Nghiêm. Người ta thấy sư cô Song Nghiêm. Sister Song Nghiêm, she is the bell master today, so she skipped her lazy morning to be with us, to be the bell master for our event today. And we have Brother Trời Vững Chãi to be the camera monk, and Brother Trời Tuệ Giác, who helped to set up everything, sound and camera and everything. And I think that he skipped the Dharma talk. He just enjoyed the technical part, but not the meditation and the and the Dharma talk. He's very diligent brother. He's always there for the sound and the video, and I am very grateful to Brother Trời Tuệ Giác. He's very nice and gentle and calm and peaceful brother. He's really kind. And we also have Sister Chiếu Nghiêm, one of our Dharma teacher here, Sister Chiếu Nghiêm, and Sister Trăng Quyền Diệu, another Dharma teacher who received the Dharma lamp just last October with a very beautiful gatha from the Patriarch. So, and we also have a Hong Kong Sangha here. How many people are there in the Sangha now, in the Hong Kong Sangha there?
We have around 40.
40. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. So welcome to this event. And we have about 10 participants online. Yeah. We didn't send out the link to many people because first, we didn't have time, and second, we don't want to disturb the Hong Kong Sangha too much. So we sent out only a few, but not all. It has been a very tough year for all of us, and it has been a tough year for 2 years. I have not been able to be back to Hong Kong. Last year in October, I had the chance to visit Vietnam to be there with Thầy because he was very weak. This year, his health is better, even though he's weaker, but it's much more stable than last year. And on the way to Vietnam, I thought that if it is possible, I will stop by Hong Kong to say hello. But the COVID is so tough, and I couldn't make it. And due to the visa issue also, it will be very tough to go to Hong Kong. So I'm quite missing the Hong Kong Sangha. So let's see who's here. I see Anita, I see Josephine, I see Becky, Christine, Carol. Is it Carol there? Oh, from in the back, I couldn't see. Yeah. Josephine and Grace. Is it right? Grace. And yeah. Corinne. And Angelia. Angela. Angela. Oh, Simon online. And Sarah online. Andy. Oh, with the mask also. Hello, Andy. And it's a bit fuzzy. I couldn't recognize some. Yeah, wonderful. And thầy Pháp Dũng and thầy Trời. Who are the monastic there, thầy Pháp Dũng? Sister Trang Nghiêm, brother. Sorry, I couldn't hear. Bình An. Trời Bình An. Mấy xem tắt cái này giùm xin được không? Tại nó bị kẹt cái đó, sao không thấy? Nó bị cái đó. Không, cái này thì nó hiện cái đó. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. So we can begin our sharing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it has been a very tough year for all of us here in EIAB, in Plum Village, as well as other centers around the world, and also in Hong Kong. And especially in Hong Kong, the situation is very tough. It's not only that we have the pandemic, but we also have the shift in the political system, a change in the political system. And there was a lot of disturbance, there's a lot of demonstration and expression and like that. And I've been thinking about our friends in Hong Kong a lot. And I don't know whether our friend can be calm and peaceful, can be free in this situation with pandemic, with the political difficulty, and even for someone, economical difficulty also. According to the teaching of the Buddha, it's always possible to be free. And it's always possible to fill our heart with love, to be joyful in every circumstances. Even we are in a very difficult situation externally, whether it's a political difficulty, financial difficulty, or social difficulty, diseases, natural catastrophe, natural accident. The Buddha affirm us that it's always be possible to be free and to be happy. That is something that no one can take away from us. Regardless of whatever political system that is, if we know how to go back to ourselves, to be in touch with ourselves deeply, we can always be free. In the teaching of Buddhism, later on, in the 4th and the 5th century, their development of the school of Buddhism called the Yogacara school. Yogacara school. Yoga here doesn't mean the yoga that we usually understand, like in the yoga system. But yoga here means meditative practice. Meditative practice. And chara means is the master of meditative practice. That's what it means by Yogacara school. And according to the Yogacara system, there are different streams of consciousness or different streams of cognition. Vijnana. This word vijnana, we usually translate it as a consciousness. But it could be better to translate it as a cognition. Cognition. And it is the suggestion from Professor Eric Frauenwalder. Eric Frauenwalder. He proposed in the 50 or so, in the 50 of the last century, he proposed that we translate vijnana as cognition. And I think that he's right. Nowadays we use the term consciousness a lot, but the term cognition is better translation of vijnana, because it is actually this aspect of subjective experience that is concerning with vijnana. Vijnana is the capacity to discriminate, to distinguish, discriminate, the capacity to discriminate. So vijnana is a kind of discriminative cognition. Discriminative cognition. That means this is the aspect of human experience that we distinguish between the subject and an object. We can distinguish me and you. We can distinguish between the internal and the external. So the term cognition is better translation of vijnana than the term consciousness. Consciousness is is the aspect of experience that we are conscious of. And he proposed to translate the term samyana, samya. That is a perception. We usually translate this as a perception. Perception. And he proposed that we translate this term as consciousness. In the Buddhist practice, our friend in Hong Kong is very well known about this. We have the 5 aggregate. The 5 aggregate, in which we have the form, the feeling, the perception, the mental formation, and then the consciousness. That is how we translate it usually. But Professor Frau Warner, he proposed to translate this 5th aspect as cognition. And the consciousness is this aspect, perception. And I think that he's and then for the modern neuroscience also, consciousness is the term that includes all these aspects. Our conscious experience includes all of these 4 aspects of the 5 aggregate. So the term might mean different things. But for the Yogacara school, we have 8 ways to cognize things. The 8 cognitive aspects. The 8 cognitive aspects. That is our 8 cognition. 8 cognition. And there is a fundamental cognition, that is the alaya vijnana. Alaya vijnana is the 8th cognition, fundamental cognition. Fundamental cognition, and we, in the Pluralist tradition, we used to call it the store consciousness, the alaya vijnana. But it is a fundamental cognition. And in this fundamental cognition, there is also this aspect of dividing reality into subject and object. The alaya vijnana, according to Chan Quy Si Lũng, Chan Quy Si Lũng, Thành Di Tức Lượng, the mere consciousness only treatise by Master Huyền Trang. By Master Huyền Trang. Then the 8th cognition, its operation, it cognizes in an unconscious form. That means we don't know, but it does the work of cognizing. So cảm ơn sư. Xem nhớ thâu bản cho người ta coi xem ha. Xem nhớ thâu bản để cho người ta coi cho rõ. So, the alaya vijnana, according to the proof of mere consciousness or mind-only treatise by Master Huyền Trang, in this treatise, Master Huyền Trang said, what is the activity and the object of the cognition, of the eighth cognition? The eighth cognition. The alaya vijnana, the eighth cognition. Then he said that the eighth cognition cognize things in an unconscious way. We don't know, but it does the work of cognition. That means it's also divided into subject and object. So the object part, the alaya vijnana, act as an object itself. The alaya vijnana act as an object of the cognition itself. And all of the transformation of the alaya vijnana into the seven consciousness, the seven cognition, and the sixth, and the other five sense consciousness. All of this transformation become the subject of this cognitive process. So alaya vijnana act as an object of cognition, of perception. And the subject is this transformation. So from the alaya vijnana is transform itself into the manas, which is the seven cognition, and based on the manas, also the sixth consciousness, the sixth cognition, the mano-vichayana, and the five sense consciousness, the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, and the body, become the subject. And this object, alaya vijnana, is the result of infinite past. The alaya vijnana is the result of infinite past. There is habit energy. There is habit energy that permeate our mark. It's permeate the mark. It's permeate the name, and it's permeate the conception. It's permeate these aspects, and these aspects become the seed of the alaya vijnana. It become the seed of the alaya vijnana due to the process of permeation. For example, we like for me, I learn German. I'm not a good learner. I've been in Germany for 14 years, and I cannot understand German language very well, and now speaking it. It's not good to say this, but but anyway, I learned German and I observe. It's very interesting. I learned German and Even though I didn't spend so much time on it. I just study, learn a little bit, and then the alaya vijnana is doing the work. It's do it unconsciously over the night. I learned something. I learned the pronunciation, or I learned the listening to this word, this vocabulary. At first, it's very difficult to distinguish the sound of these words. When I listen to a German speech, all of the words connect together as one single stream of sound. I cannot distinguish it into segmented. And then I learned German, and then by learning the word a little bit, at first I could not distinguish the sound of this noun in the middle of the sentences. And it's very interesting how our alaya vijnana work. We just study it, and slowly, even when we are sleeping, the alaya vijnana is working and begin to create an idea, a concept, a form, a mark of this noun. And then, very strangely, after a few days, I can slowly pick up this sound from the teacher, the noun or the verb or the sentence. Before that, the whole sentence is one string of sound. But then, slowly, it breaks down due to the process of permeation of our alaya vijnana. Even though it is unconscious, but it's there, it's working. The alaya vijnana is working day and night, and to turn things into mark, into the name, into the concept. We begin to create a form out of our experience. Our experience at the beginning is very homogeneous. It is homogeneous, and then slowly we begin to see these conglomeration, some aggregate, some accumulation. So from this homogeneity, I hope that I pronounced right, geneity. From this homogeneity of our experience begin to for so long I don't use the word conglomerate, conglomerate. It begins to create this pocket of experience. So at the beginning, it's homogeneous, and then it begins to create the little form, the little pocket of experience, this pocket of experience, and then we begin to with our language, we mark this experience. We have the name for this pocket. We have the concept for this pocket, and it's become the seed in our alaya vijnana. But originally, our experience is homogeneous. We do not have so much discrimination. We do not discriminate different experience into certain form. Our experience is quite uniform, quite homogeneous. We do not distinguish so much one particular experience from another particular experience. But then, through the process of permeation of our alaya vijnana, slowly, we have the tendency to navigate, to pull ourselves towards certain of the experience. So, for example, when you go to a party, and you meet 5 or 6 people in the party, 7 people, a group of people. So at first, your experience is homogeneous. Everyone look the same. Everyone is the same. And then, slowly, among all of these people that you have a homogeneous experience with, suddenly, your alaya vijnana begin to activate it, and it begin to create this pocket of experience. And this person A, this person B, this person C, this person D, we begin to distinguish this person with a little mark, with a little name, with a little conception. And then, over the night, the alaya vijnana begin to activate. It begin to activate and begin to connect yourself to this person A. You become more comfortable with A than with B, with C, with D. That is the work of alaya vijnana. It is the process Buddhism called defilement. Defilement. Because defilement, so alaya here, alaya here means defiler, means attachment. Alaya is attachment. Attachment. That means we distinguish or discriminated the experience into different little pocket, and we become attached to this pocket of experience, and we begin to create this form, the experience, and it becomes attachment. And this is the process of being cognitive. Being cognitive unconsciously, we go this process of attachment very deep due to alaya vijnana. And this defilement is working unconsciously without our knowing. And through this process, we begin also to, from the alaya vijnana, we create a location, that is where we situate ourselves in the world. So we from the alaya vijnana is bring us to the location, that is where we are born. How do we see the world around us? The location, that is in Chinese called khí mảnh. In Sino-Vietnamese is khí mảnh. Mảnh is the container, like the bowl container. Perhaps Cantonese you have this word. Mảnh is like the bowl, the container, the something that contains things. And khí mảnh, yeah, that's it. You got it. It's like a container, and it's a container, and this is the location that we are born in this world. The whole world is like a container that contains us. We are sitting in this container. So this process of defilement begin to create an illusion. Begin to create an illusion. It's only a process of permeation, but we believe that the reality is like that. So after we have this process from the homogeneous experience, we create this pocket. And then after we create this pocket, this word here, this word of pocket here, this word here is what have been created by our alaya vichana, and we believe this word is real. This word is real. But this word here, with all of these pocket of experience that we create with mark, name, conception, is only a product of la alaya vichana. It's a product of this unconscious cognition working deeply within us. But we believe this is real. And we believe it, and we got into this. And we begin to have a fight. We have the fight. When thing does not follow accordingly to our wish, we are not very happy. And we do not realize that the world that we experience is only a product of the alaya vichana. It's a product of this process of unconsciously forming name, forming mark, forming concept. So, from this concept, let's look into the situation of Hong Kong with the political system. With the political system, that is, there's a shift in the political system. For more than 100 years or so, Hong Kong had enjoyed this way of living from British Empire. It was colonized by British Empire, and the concept has been created. The mark, the name, the concept that have been created by individual alaya vichana as well as collective alaya vichana, that we have created a system in Hong Kong. And we believe that system is a democratic system. It's the best system. It's a very good system. And we think that is something that is real, something that is it has a certain value. Yes, it is certain value. This illusion has a certain value. It has a value, yes. But it is a construction of the alaya vichana. So, we have the idea that Hong Kong is democratic. Hong Kong follows that particular political system. And in that particular political system, perhaps there are more valuable things compared to the new system that is going to be immersed in Hong Kong now. That's going to be immersed now. But that is the work of individual alaya vichana as well as collective alaya vichana. Slowly, slowly. The whole system of Hong Kong going through this transition will slowly immerse into certain state, some political state. It might not be completely like China, but it might not be completely like the old way under the British ruler. So as a practitioner, what can we contribute to this emerging process of the political system in Hong Kong? What is the best? What is the best? Yeah. We listen to one sound the bell. So that I can have a tea. không cần xem không cần. Cảm ơn sư cô. Dạ được. Dạ được. Cảm ơn sư cô. Dạ, được, sư cô uống đi. Sư cô uống đi. So we need to understand the operation of alaya vijnana because it's very important. Our word is a product from the alaya vijnana. It is like a very good artist. The Buddha used to say that the mind is like an artist that draw up the word, create the illusion of the word. And to the Yogacara school, it is the work of Alaya Vijnana. Alaya Vijnana is the artist that create a very beautiful illusion. In our relationship with our partner, our Alaya Vijnana is working day and night. Day and night in this relationship, we live together with this person, and from this homogeneous experience with the other partner at the beginning, slowly we create this pocket of experience in our relationship. And again, during this relationship, for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years, we create an illusion about the other person that we don't know. We live with the word of illusion. We do not really actually live with the other person. The other person is here, at this level of reality. Anita is at this level of reality. But to Thầy Pháp Ấn, Anita's here. Anita is here. The true Anita, Thầy Pháp Ấn never know. The true Anita, Thầy Pháp Ấn doesn't know. Right? This is a true Anita. This reality here is something that Thầy Pháp Ấn can never know. There is this aspect of experience created by the Alaya Vijnana through the experience with Anita. He created this little pocket. Anita come from Hong Kong. She is a wonderful teacher. She came to the EIAB. She stay and practice. She help with the accounting, to be the treasurer of EIAB. And she do all of the work. Wonderful. So this is the reality of Thầy Pháp Ấn when he experienced Anita. But through Anita, nobody know. And even Anita doesn't know. Even Anita doesn't know this true her reality of herself. Because most of the time she is in contact with this illusion about herself too. Only by meditation, only by returning ourselves deeply, to allow the energy to sink down, to allow all of our mental formation, all of our feeling, all of our perception, conception, emotion, all of the way we perceive things, cognize things, we allow all of that to sink down. Then we can touch a part of this real reality within ourselves. That is the reality without any face. The reality without any form, any face, any form. And in Yogacara, the teaching is that reality is always without reality. That means reality is never has any form, any shape that we can think of. Please read the discourse on the Dharma seal again. And you will see the nature of emptiness is beyond any notion, any idea, any concept. That is the nature called the nature of emptiness. And the Buddha said that it's not only it's not only emptiness is like that, but all the Dharma is like that. And this is called the true nature of all of the Dharma. That means this reality is something that is unknown. This reality is something that we can never perceive, because anytime we can have a perception of it, then we fall into the domain of cognition. And we fall into the domain of object and subject. So this is the domain of unknown. That is reality. Reality is something that we can never perceive. But it's there. It is there. So in the situation of Hong Kong, what can we do to help in this process of a new emerging state? What can we do? Is it good to react, to have demonstration, to have violent interaction with police, and so on? I don't think that is wise. I don't think it's wise. But the wisest thing that we can do is we live our life in a very peaceful way, in a very calm way, and in our own position, in our own place in the whole system, we can bring in the element of peace, the element of joy and happiness, and whatever elements of free political system that we can introduce, then we do our best to introduce into it. That's the only thing we can do. And allow this process of alaya vichana at the collective level, at the individual level to operate. We need to be very peaceful in whatever situation. And that's the best we can contribute to the world. Some people might think that this way is too passive. The Buddhist is too passive. They don't speak out. They don't talk out. They don't react to the situation. They don't fight against the violence and so on. But according to the Buddha teaching, it's only love is worth for us to live our life. Nothing else but love. Because love protects us, protects the other, and love is the deepest meaning of the manifestation of the universe. In the meditation this morning, I invite everyone to return to the source of love within us. The Chinese New Year is called Nguyên Đán. It's called Nguyên Đán. That is Nguyên Đán. That is the Nguyên here is the source. The source. The first day, Yuan, pronunciation Chinese Yuan, Nguyên. Nguyên is the source. It's the time, it's the season that is beginning of everything. It's the beginning of life. And that is where we come from. We come from this source of love. We come from this source of life. And many times we forget the deepest meaning of existence. Why do we exist in the first place? We exist in the first place because of this source of love, this source of light that is flowing through us. And that is the deepest meaning. And that is the deepest meaning of this unknown reality that we can never touch. The unknown reality, we can only feel it through love. to deep love, this unknown reality is the source of deep love within us. That He is who we are. That's how we come into this world. We are a manifestation of the universal love. We are a manifestation of this deep living energy that manifests in this universe. And everyone around us have this source also. Even in the people that we have difficult to deal with, even in the people who has different political thinking than from us, they also belong to this reality. All living beings belong to this reality, which is the source of love of the universe. Any living being, and in Buddhism, even the inanimate is a living being. The earth is a living being. But this living being is without emotion. We are sentient being, and the earth is insentient being. But they are being also. We are sentient being, that means we have consciousness, we have feeling, so we are sentient being. But the earth, the stone, they are insentient being. That means the level of feeling, the level of cognition within them is very low. Sentient or insentient is only a rough division. But regardless, the whole cosmos is a being, according to the Buddhist concept. And any being is the manifestation of the energy of love. And many times we forget this. We forget this ground of existence that we all belong to. This homogeneity of our experience, this deep love that we come from. And we live at this level of manifestation, this level of illusion that have been created by Alaya Vichana. So what is the best that a Buddhist can do? Is that we learn to live our life peaceful. We return to this deep source of love and allow things to manifest in the most positive way. That is the best that we can contribute to any state, to any political system. Be peaceful first and be mindful in our own way and contribute in whatever way we can to the situation. Because violence, according to the Buddha, hatred cannot be respond to hatred. Only love can respond to hatred. That is the eternal law. What he means is that love is the deepest meaning of our existence. Love is the deepest meaning of who we are and how we become. It is the eternal law in that sense. We belong to this truth. We belong to this reality of deep love within us. But most of the time, we do not get in touch with this. We forget this great treasure within us. And we become a poor packer. That is the meaning of the Lotus Sutra. We become a poor packer. We have a jewel in our hand, in our arm, in our clothes. We are very rich. We are a son, a daughter of a very rich man. But we forget this jewel in our clothes. And we go around, we become a very poor person. We beg for things. We beg for a little love from this person A that we meet at the party. We beg for a little love from this person B that we meet at the party. And we forget this deep love that we have been manifest. We have come out from. We beg for the little things. So the Buddha said that hatred cannot respond to hatred. That means do not live your life at this level of illusion, of the manifestation of alaya vichana. Hatred cannot respond to hatred. Only love can respond to hatred, because returning to this deepest reality within us, this love, from this love, this reality, this illusion is created. This manifestation from alaya vichana is a work of this deep love within us. Only love can respond to hatred. Only this deep love can embrace this illusion, this manifestation. And that is the eternal law. We will all return to this. We will all return to this. After infinite lifetime, after infinite lifetime of practice, of contemplation, going through infinite cycles, suffering one relationship after another relationship, one divorce to another divorce, one partner to another partner, one political system to another political system, one pandemic to another pandemic, suffering deeply, and then going through all of these cycles of deep suffering. What is the lesson? Our lesson is that we need to discover this reality, this deep reality of love within us. Through this pandemic, there's a lot of division. Even in the family, brother cannot speak to the brother, sister cannot speak to the sister, parent cannot speak to son and daughter, because we are caught into the idea of vaccinated or not vaccinated. Even in Hong Kong, I heard that the rate of vaccination is very low. There is a big number of people who refuse to be vaccinated. To vaccinate or not to vaccinate, that is not the true question. To vaccinate or not to vaccinate, that is not the true question. We live in this level of the reality. Our job as a spiritual practitioner is to touch this level of love, this deep level of love within us. If they want to vaccinate, it's okay. If they don't want to vaccinate, it's okay. The best is to vaccinate. For me, I will encourage people to vaccinate because a conception of love. Actually, for me, to be vaccinated is a response to the need of the whole world. We need to have like 70%, 80%, or even more for the population to reduce the mutation effect and reduce the infection to spread on. The vaccination that people have come up with is really amazing. In a very short time, the scientists are doing a very wonderful job. With a vaccine like this, in the past, we cannot dream of having this vaccination within a year. It could be a few years, and the situation can be very bad. And according to my own reading and study, mRNA is very safe technique. It has been introduced more than 15, 20 years ago. And this technique of vaccination has been used widely. But it's the misinformation on the internet. There's so much idea, opinion, mixing with political agenda, political intention behind, hidden intention behind, political intention behind. It creates the whole mess. It creates the confusion, and all of this, the confusion, is allow the energy, the negative energy in the alaya vijana to manifest. Alaya vijana is the store, is the place where we store all kind of energy. All kind of energy is inside alaya vijana. And if we are not careful, then we allow this negative energy, the energy of violence, the energy of anger, the energy of hatred to manifest from alaya vijana. It's just a condition for things to come out. So, in a compassionate way, in a compassionate dialogue, we can share, we can talk, and we can encourage people to be vaccinated, or we can continue the process of democratic, the concept of freedom in speech, freedom in political right, in a gentle way and a peaceful way. We can bring it out. We don't need to be violent. But whatever it is the manifestation of all of the conditions. The Buddha said that when the conditions are sufficient, suffering come to be. When the conditions are not sufficient, suffering cease to be. Suffering is not something fixed. Suffering is the result of all of the conditions, whether individual suffering or collective suffering. When the conditions are sufficient, things manifest. The best that we can do is, in our own way, to contribute a positive condition to the situation. Because our life is not only our life, but we belong to this collective stream of consciousness also. We are not only ourselves, we are a product of collective energy. So in whatever way that we can contribute, we contribute to this collective stream of energy in a very peaceful way. And this peaceful energy, in return, will come back and embrace us. There is the image that is very beautiful in the Buddhist teaching, is the image of a candle. A candle have the light, and the light radiates out, and this light help to shine the world. But at the same time, this light come back and help the candle to be melted, so that the wax continue to feed the flame. So we, as a candle, we shine the light out to the world, but at the same time, the light shine onto ourselves, that we can see ourselves. So, when we practice, regardless of whatever situation we are in, regardless of whatever condition that we are in, externally, politically, socially, materially, or even in catastrophe, natural disaster, regardless of whatever it is always possible to return to this deep source of love within us and to be free. To be free. And by our freedom, by continue to maintain this flame of love, this deep love within us, we can contribute back to the world. And whatever we contribute into this collective stream of consciousness, this collective stream of consciousness will come back and take care of ourselves. It is always possible to be free. It's always possible to be peaceful, calm, and joyful. And it's very meaningful that on the first day of the year, we get together and to review this teaching from the Buddha. The Buddha had demonstrated that in his life. The Buddha lived in the time when kingdom began to emerge. All of the small states, all of the small republic, all of the small tribe begin to be extinguished and merged into bigger kingdom. And slowly at the end of the Buddha time, there's emerged 16 kingdom. And the small republic where the Buddha was born, the Sakya Republic, by the end of the Buddha's time, that republic is also demolished. The king from Kosala, he's the son of a slave of Sakya clan. It is a very sad story. Sakya is a very small republic next to the Kosala country. And as in the old day, the small country have to offer gift to the big country. This is only history. In the past, Vietnam was colonized by China for more than 1,000 years. And we have also to offer gift. Anything that is present in the country have to give to China. So Sakya have to offer gift to the Kosala kingdom. And one of the requirements from the gift is Sakya has to offer a beautiful lady from the royal family or from the high class of the Sakya clan to the kingdom of Kosala. But Sakya clan people, they secretly, they offer a slave, a servant to the Kosala king. Instead of the very high class lady to the king of Kosala, they offer a servant, a lower class. And then the son of this servant, later on, he overthrown the king of Kosala, and he get the whole country. And he know the story about his mother, and he want to take a revenge on the Sakya clan. So, in the last day of his life, the Buddha witnessed a terrible massacre, destroying the whole country. The whole country become bloody. Only a few people from the Sakya clan was able to run away into the high mountain in Nepal, and they settled there. Now there is a little village there, but the rest of the country, the people was killed. Men, children, women, all killed. It's bloody massacre. And the Buddha see that. He see that. Well, obviously the Buddha is also painful, but it is something that manifests out of the condition. The Buddha throughout his whole life had gone around to teach the teaching on love, the teaching on to help people to live peacefully. And his own republic, his own little country was completely destroyed. According to the legend, when people ask why it happened like that, then the Buddha said it because of the karma of these people. But anyway, we do not need to go into that. But what we need to say is that it is the manifestation from alaya vijnana. All of this energy has been accumulated through the process of permeation, continuing permeated, continuing to penetrate, permeated day and night, day and night. And one is being permeated, then it manifests into a world of illusion. So the best thing that we can do is we learn to permeate our alaya vijnana with good energy, with positive energy, with the good mark, with a peaceful mark, with a peaceful name, with a peaceful conception. And allow this process of permeation to work in our unconscious form. Never think of a negative thought. Never think of a negative name. Never think of a negative conception. Allow our experience to be in touch with the positive, the most positive thing of life. And it's always possible to touch this beauty of life. Life is always beautiful, regardless of what happened. We can still, we listen to one sound of the bell. Life is always beautiful. It's just a matter of learning. It's a matter of education. That we need to educate ourselves. We need to learn a way of living that is positive, that is wholesome, that is open, that is free. And this way of life can help our life to manifest in the most positive way. And life is always beautiful, and it's possible to live in a relationship, to have a beautiful relationship, if we know how to water our alaya vijnana, to maintain the positivity in our alaya vijnana. It's always possible to have a good relationship. It's always possible to be peaceful in a political system. It's always possible to be free among all of the disaster, difficulty in the world. And that is the message that I would like to share with the Hong Kong Sangha this morning. And if we can keep this message in our heart throughout the day, then we are truly celebrating the new year. Cung Hỷ Phật trọi lịa. Thank you.